Hey everybody, it's Empress Felice. Happy 2024. 2024 came in hot. It came in on fire. So I hadn't been posting any videos, live videos, just been doing like some relaxing things, but I wanted to hop on here before I got caught up into my day and just kind of try to give some insight and support. I gotta walk the walk I talk. And when I talk about things that have happened to me or experiences or, things that I've overcome and challenges and things like that, it's just to give you the backstory about some things. But yeah, my 2024 came in hot. It was very bittersweet. I was fortunate enough to go home and participate in a beautiful, beautiful ceremony and be with family and friends. And in the midst of all that, I experienced something extremely, why? Jamaicans love speed. Anyway, I digress. But and I'm multitasking too, bear with me. But I experienced the highs of the highs and some of the lows of the lows, because while I was home dealing with some things and experiencing some things, something very ugly, extremely ugly, petty, and inconvenient was done to me. So much so where it almost compromised my ability to even be where I spend most of my time. And I know who did it. I know who was behind it, and it's over now. But during that experience, as humans, we have, we inclined to freak out. Even me, and I do my walk, and I'm like, oh, everything is, everything copacetic. But let me be clear about that. Life happens, stuff happens. And I'm never on here to say that you're not allowed to feel what you need to, because I know I say it all the time. Feel what you need to feel. Things are a process. Things happen for a reason. The worst things that happen, I always will continue to say, often have a silver lining around them, even when it's the most painful, even when it's the most upsetting. So when I was going through this in the beginning of the year, and somebody did this to me, and I know this individual is probably watching this right now. I know it's you. I know it's you. But you have to live with that, because guess what? I'm where I'm supposed to be. The universe, God, our higher power, whatever you want to call it, will always have us where we are supposed to be. No matter what people do to try to hurt you or try to stop you from being who you agreed with your maker to come here to be and do. Can't no human come in between that. But yeah, they can wreak havoc. It costs me money. It costs me time. It was extremely inconvenient, and it was very hurtful. And I shed bitter tears for several days behind it, because that is how I'm wired. The universe wired me to deal with a lot of stressful stuff that way. And it works for me because I'm able to move that energy. But in the midst of it all, I never stopped doing what I had to do, which was, number one, I never stopped relying on a creator to let me know what it is that I need to do in the morning when I woke up and was like, well, what am I going to do? How am I going to manage this? On top of regular day-to-day living, maintaining my wellness, maintaining day-to-day life that we all have to experience. The number one thing I did was I asked the universe, I asked God, what is it that I need to do to deal with this seemingly impossible, almost impossible situation that pettiness, envy, and jealousy put me in. I said, I give it to you, God. I got to walk the walk that I talk. Next day, a solution, boop, popped up out of nowhere. Support popped up out of nowhere. And in the midst of it, as upset and angry as I was, I allowed myself to be human, but I never lost sight of the reality that you can't get your life wrong. And that the messed up, effed up shit you gotta deal with is just giving you more insight. And it did. It blessed me. That experience blessed me more than anything I could have ever hoped for. I got what I needed. And it was on the backside of somebody trying to destroy me. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. People get out of order with you. They're out of order with your higher power. You get out of order with folks, and it's between you and your maker too. So that's how my 2024 came out of the gate, came out flaming hot. And I'm so appreciative of my ability, because we gotta love up on ourselves like we hate on ourselves. And right now, I love you, Fee, because I didn't lose my cool. I felt what I needed to feel. The old me, I don't even want to go there. But this me is blessed. You tried to destroy me. You tried to hurt me again. And you couldn't do it. And you never can. Because I ain't going to allow it. And I'm connected to that power that's connected to all of us that won't let it go down. So, cheerio. It's true. So yeah, some other things about 2024. And I have several videos I got to put out. I haven't had a chance. I've been really busy in a good way. But I have several videos. I've been doing some like riding by videos. If you just need to zone out from the BS of day-to-day living for some of us, or some of those who are in environments that aren't conducive to peace, put on your earbuds, even if you're at work, at the office, and just take a little ride with me on my little easy zone and relax. And that's why I do it. I ain't doing this shit for likes and approval and fame. They got one person out there, at a minimum, that needs to see and hear this. So I'm effective. Even if the one person is me, I choose to do this because ain't nothing at risk. I choose to love. I choose to love people who try to hurt me. I love them a lot. They can't stand it. You want to get at somebody who... that's somebody that means you harm, love them. Love them. They can't stand it. It's true. So back to how 2024 came in, because it came in with a lot of challenges for a lot of people I know. And that's a challenge you're facing when your loved ones cross over. As recently as about 20 minutes ago, I found out about another person who I had a lot of respect for and who I had the pleasure of collaborating with at times. That was number 8 in a 7-day period. When I tell you, people are, as they say in Jamaica, they're dropping out left and right. People are dropping out left and right. And the gift in the trial that I went through when I was home, and it was a conglomeration. It was a gumbo of bullshit. Imagining having to eat a gumbo full of all the shit you don't like, just thrown in the pot. That's kind of some of the stuff I had to go through. And then when I was able to get situated and take a breath And now see all the people who have real time grief they dealing with and sadness. That petty bullshit that happened to me don't even matter. That was like a cakewalk. That was like going to an amusement park. And because I'm not the easiest person in the world to get in touch with, and I'm finding out people who I really care about passing and losing loved ones and people in close, when I tell you, geographical close proximity. I mean close. Passing, younger people than me, and I've had a life of quote unquote illness, dis-ease. I was told I was gonna pass so many times that I think I developed an immunity to it. And I'm seeing healthy people from all walks of life. It's never easy. It's never easy. I did a lot of work in hospice. It's never easy. I dealt with it in my own life, in my own families. It's never easy. But it doesn't have to be as hard as we believe it's gonna be. Everybody has the right to grieve in their way and feel the way they need to feel and go through whatever it is they have to go through, because that's that individual process between each and every one of us and our Creator. So there's no way I would be as ignorant enough as to sit on here and tell you how to grieve. But what I do want to do is provide empathy and support and understanding, and for you to know that there's no wrong way, and that I always say grief, the depth of grief, the level of grief is in direct correlation with the degree of love that you have with that person in the physical realm. And for those of us who have, for me, for example, I use myself because that's the only example that's true to me, because I experienced it. So one thing I did before my mother, who was one of my best friend ever, we prepared. I told her, I said, listen, and it's, I said this in previous videos, the point of the matter is that I made an agreement for my mom that when she crossed over, and I know she's in the place to be once you cross over, because I know the life my mama lived. I said, let me know you around. Show me you around, so I don't feel so alone, especially when I'm going through rough patches. In the world want me to feel like I'm alone and I don't have anyone, not one person, not one outside of me. And she does it. She did it this morning. And when I tell you, I talk about somebody grieving. When I lost my mother, man, and there are other losses that were just as bad, if not worse. Trust me. And to be where I am today because I didn't allow that grief to destroy my life and to make me check out. We weren't created to check out. There's nothing wrong with loving somebody to the point that when they do cross over, it's almost unbearable. That's how we created in the human apparatus. That's how we are created. But what I can encourage, I can provide encouragement because I went through it. There's hope. There's hope after loss, but you gotta feel what you need to feel. Ain't no way around it. There is no way around it. I tried. And then when you see somebody close to you grieving like that, you want to fix it. I tried to fix it. I tried to process the grief of somebody on this earth that I love as much as I love my mother. And it's useless because everybody has to go through what they have to go through. And loss is tremendous, and loss can be ugly, and loss can be painful, And loss can make you feel hopeless. And loss can make you wish you were the one who checked out and crossed over instead of being the one left behind. Loss is a multifaceted component of the living process. That's the paradoxical nature of our Creator. We can't think like our Creator. We can only think like humans and respond like humans. But the one absolute that I know is that the Creator is omnipotent and the Creator is love. And my little feeble mind can't comprehend and think like the Creator. But I know the Creator is real because I know where I've been in my life. And the Creator showed up at times in person, in the physical, and usually with every breath I take and every beat that my heart makes. So 2024 came in hot. A lot of people. And war, it's not going to stop. You know, the demarcation of another year gives us the ability to focus simultaneously in a positive way in hopes that we're going to do something better and be better. But every day is a new year. Every moment, every second is a new year. You know, but it's those times that help us to work together to try to improve the greater good of this little planet, this little rock that we live on, you know. So for those of you who are going through losses and the grief and the horrible feelings, and I can't believe this, and I never expected it, and I never wanted to face this, and how the hell this happened to me, it will improve. And you may not want to hear that right now, and it's okay. Because I'm not trying to barge into your grief. But I am trying to let you know that it doesn't last forever. Unless if you want it to. But be gentle with yourself. And you know, something that works for me is I think about the people, especially those who I knew and loved, who suffered at the end. And were just prolonged by artificial means, and you know, had the way they croaked, and I do use the term croak because we never die. But I'm gonna be more gentle. The way they crossed over might not have been, you know, effortless. Imagine that, how those people who have taken their lives, imagine the misery that they're not experiencing anymore, the physical pain, the grief, the sadness they're feeling around the decline of the lives they once lived on earth. One of the things that helps me is to remember that those that I love to have crossed over, and those that I may not have even known who have crossed over, then I know it's a better place. I know it's a better place, beyond a shadow of a doubt. And maybe if that's what you need to hang on to the fact that you got people in a beautiful, wonderful realm, vibrating positive love back to this place that where we in, like the sun. Our loved ones are like the sun. Those who have crossed over are like the sun. And the rays that come down and warm us are the rays and waves of love. And maybe that's the only way they can express it from there. I don't know. But that's how I look at it. Because when I finish this video, I want you to feel hopeful. I want you to live your life in a way that makes you feel good about who you are. And for the loved ones who have crossed over to say, yep, that's that person that I knew. And look at them. And they're going to be with us soon. But while they're still here, they're doing it. They're doing what they need to. However long it takes. So yeah. Feel what you need to. Be gentle with yourselves. I need to make a tape to say, feel what you feel to need to. Be gentle with yourselves. Feel what you need to. Be gentle with yourselves. Ignore all the BS that others bring around, 'cause some like to see you down. It's true. You ain't gotta live your life for nobody else but you. So many of us, I see people cross over who allow themselves to be judged and manipulated by their quote unquote loved ones and people in their lives who didn't mean them any good. One thing I know is that every breath I take, I'm winning. So if I'm living a life that makes someone want to hurt me and someone want to make my life difficult, I must be doing something right, because my life is taking their focus on their life. And their life is a gift from God. How you gonna shit on what God has given you? How you gonna play with your maker? How you do that? And guess what? I thank you. I thank each and every one who tried to hurt me and tried to do things to make my life difficult. Because all you did was polish this diamond up. And even though I may have shed tears, and even though I may have had to up some Lucci that I really didn't have, I'm here and I'm making a difference right now, even with you. Because I hope by watching me, I hope this video make you feel, make your conscience beat the living hell out of you. Because everything always comes out. It does. And guess what? I forgive you. I ain't gonna let nobody hold me down with efforts to hold me back. Once we understand and ride with God, when we ride with our higher power, it's all good. So every time now I find out about people crossing over, I feel for the ones who are left behind. And that includes me. But I look forward to the day when I'm going to join them. And I'm not saying I'm looking forward to croaking or passing. That's that. And you know what? I should even retract that, because that's a low vibration statement. I'm living my life, and every day I'm looking forward to the next moment so I could be my best self. And so I can do things in the world to show you that life doesn't have to be bad. And that age ain't nothing but a edict that man put down on you to make you feel a way about yourself. And that illness and dis-ease in the body and acceptance with your belief system and how you look on the outside, all that, none of that matters. Because like I say, love trumps everything. And our higher power is love. You're never alone. Even when you feel alone and you be mad and you go off and all, you're never alone. And if nobody ever told you they love you, I'm telling you, I love you. Especially I love you, the one who tried to wreak a little havoc in my. I love you because I understand you. And nobody can determine who I love or who I don't love. It's a choice I have. So yeah, 2024, coming in hot. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good year. Every day, every moment, we have the chance to be our best selves. Go for it. Why not? I'm just reminding you, because I feel inspired to do so. And when I get this divine inspiration to come up on here and talk, when I tell you, you have no idea how it feels inside. I feel so connected to my power when I come on here. Because it's when it tells me I need you, Felice, I need you to remind those who willing to listen or who willing to accept who can, about living their best life. They gonna watch this. It's not about I want the most likes and all of that foolishness. And sometimes people watch this kind of stuff, they get on my page and they're not sure what they're gonna see, and they get a gift. And that's what I do. And I love it. So if you're somebody dealing with a major loss, especially recently, like I said, I know 8 people within the last 7 days. Just be gentle with yourself. Feel what you need to feel. And you can check in with me if you need to watch one of my little ride-along videos or whatever makes you feel able to get from one moment to the next. If you have to live your life in increments of moment to momentness, it's all right. Your love is in direct correlation to the grief that you may be feeling right now. But it will get better. And I love you. Have a great one, and I'll be back soon.